Community Viewpoint with Maria Hurst.
Hello, welcome to Community Viewpoint. I'm your host for this segment, Maria Hurst. And once again, we have some very cool stuff for you tonight. Tonight we have Joey D. Hello. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
So tonight we're going to meet Joey D. and we're going to talk a little bit about his experience in the music industry, what he's done, what he's working on, and where he's going. So, welcome.
Thank you. It is a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you. So you've been in Pahrump for how many years now? Have you been in Pahrump?
Too long. About 7 to 10, somewhere about there, around almost 10 years now.
Okay. You do a lot of work between here and California. How long have you been playing music?
Oh, let's see here. It's amazing to say this number, 21 years technically.
All right. What got you interested at first in music?
That is a good question. I was shocked that I could replicate what I heard at 15.
Okay.
And that gave me so much popularity. It took them the distraction off of me getting bullied. They were like, listen to this. So it was almost like a tool, a self-defense mechanism. And it came with a lot of
But
amazing
you shared
perks.
it, and they were responsive to it.
That's what it was. As soon as a certain individual heard it, it spread, and I felt like a somebody, you know. All
right. What did you play? Did you start with piano, guitar?
I did start with, keyboard technically, and I took lessons, but it was nothing further than Mary Had a Little Lamb. But then a friend of mine it all really started from a Roland MC303 or 202 groove box, one little box. Okay. And made little beats, and they all started from that one little piece of machinery. Okay. All right. And so you started doing that, and since then, you've just been playing music since then, right? You've been working on music, and you've actually done some work, sold some music, done some work, and you're still doing some work. So tell me a little bit about some of the work that you've done and that you sold. Well, I mean, there would be individuals that had some money, and back in the day, in the 90s, a few $100s was a big deal, and then it got up to a point where a guy gave me $1,000 just for an instrumentation.
Okay, so you're doing like...
and he was pretty famous, I should say. Digital Underground, I don't know if the young kids haven't heard of him, but he's basically Tupac Shakur's manager before Suge Knight. I probably shouldn't say that, but
that's okay.
But it is what it is.
So you sold, like, would you call them? I'm not too familiar. So like beats. Yeah. Is that what they call it? Like, what do you call that? So tell me a little bit about what that's called. Like, educate me on that. So what is that? What would you call that?
That's exactly what it is called, but I always considered it kind of not giving the music justice. So it's like the easy way to say it. It is technically a beat, but to me, it's just a composition of music. Oh, composition. Really.
Okay. Like arrangements,
So it's just repetitive to some degree.
You're composing a series of beats that they're then going to put lyrics to.
That's exactly right.
Okay. All right. That's awesome. And what got you? So when you started doing this back when you were in high school, what got you interested in making music that others could write lyrics to? It just was something that came natural, and just somebody picked it up and said, hey, I could probably put that to it. And so then you just started working with people?
Well, it's ironic. It's not necessarily ironic, but it was just, and I was always obsessed for some reason with rap in the time where a good beat on an album, a tape, we used to buy tapes. I don't know, kids don't know about tapes, but to find...
They can Google it.
To find a good, just one good song or three was like a miracle. So I had this gift to replicate. With the one box, with all these sounds, I replicated, I redid a famous song that was played throughout the radio. And so that shocked me. I did become obsessed with it. But then certain individuals found it to be profitable, and their excitement excited me. I couldn't believe how excited they were.
All
and
right.
so their excitement excited me.
You just became real good at it.
And it was
Okay.
just nonstop practice. But it wasn't practice because I loved it so much.
Tell me about, we were talking a little bit before the show about where music was, rap music was in the 90s, and then where it's gone, and kind of the direction that it's kind of going back to again. So in the 90s it was real, you were telling me, so I'm going to let you explain it to everybody about how there was politics and meaning, and that was just
right.
really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't realize how great we had it, but maybe because I don't know what it was exactly, but we had many more options of music. It was more appreciated, it was more conscious, it was a higher level of respect to it. It was harder to obtain good music as opposed to downloading something amazing now. You can, for free, download amazing music now. That was not the case in my time. So to be able to hear something that didn't suck, excuse my language, was like shocking in itself. So
right, it was much harder to get music back in the day. There was like, I know there's so many different genres and everybody has their own genre, but no matter what genre you're listening to, I think because, you know, like you said, there was tapes, you know, you waited for the music store to open, and you waited for that album to be released, and it was like
anticipation.
It's like, on Friday, dude, we're going down and we're gonna get the album, you know, or it
was an event even.
Yeah, you're waiting in line and you're getting that. So you're right, how it's come, and now you know, just, oh, I have my phone, I like that, beep, now I've got it.
It's terrible. The music is so much better, it seemed like, but the appreciation is almost, to me, non-existent.
Do you think there's too many choices?
In one hand, there's more choice for beats. As far as music, the instrumentation, there's too many choices. The content is not that great. Well, it can be. It's just not appreciated because it's so easily accessed. And it's not professional. The professional music industry, in my opinion, is they don't care. They may have never wanted for us to be thinkers, but back in my day, I sound old, the guys would put a lot of thought into what they were gonna say, you know, and they wanted to move people with their music.
I find that, I think I feel the same way, because I find that nowadays, when you see like a singer-songwriter and they write something that's like so meaningful and it's from their heart, no matter what genre, you know, and you know that one guy wrote this song, or one lady wrote this song, and that like came from them, like that was a piece of them, versus you look at a song, you know, maybe by a commercial artist, and 15 people wrote this one song.
Right.
It seems, I think what I'm hearing is it seems more impersonal. It's not as personal. It's not, it doesn't like hit you like that may be a good song, of course, because a lot of people arranged it, but I feel like what you're saying is like when you're digging deep and you're finding and you're trying to find something from an artist that came from them that's so personal, I think we've lost a little bit of that.
Absolutely. I mean, the circumstances are, unfortunately, I mean, it's good and yet bad, because if you heard an artist, the vocalist, the music behind their voice, it was, in those days, if it was specifically designed for that person, like Madonna album, a guy named E40, those people who made the beat, it was designed for their voice. Now, in rap, I could say, they download a bunch of the same beat that the guy releases. If he's a big name, I can go download his beat, his instrument, put my voice on it. It's not, it took away that impersonal, it's not personal at all.
Okay.
It's empty, it's shallow, it's just, you can get anyone's music and put your voice on it, like similar to karaoke, and ruin, in a sense, that record. Because that, back in the day, there was just, the music that you heard on that album was made for that guy's voice.
Do you feel like it's coming back? Because you're still working, like you're still producing music and sending instrumentals to some of your colleagues in California. So do you feel like that personal feel is coming back?
That is what has given me the drive to even do music, because yes, that's exactly. Producers probably still do that for high-end artists, or if they, because the individuals, for example, I send my music to, I try to make the music specifically to that individual's preference of music, as opposed to making a bunch of instruments and kind of just, here you go, it's like I design it for him. Or her, you know, so in a sense, trying to bring that back. But
yeah, so then the collaboration is more personal.
Right, I think it's amazing. Well, it still exists to some degree in hip hop. You'll see on the internet such and such type beat, like a Drake type beat, Nicki Minaj type beat. So that individual vocalist has almost their own rhythm that there's music produced that it would match that individual sound. But everyone can purchase a Drake type beat, and not everyone is Drake.
Right.
You know.
All right.
So
what you're working on now, we just got a couple minutes left, so I want to get everybody out there. Joey D, everybody. So you're working on a show. We're going to have you on again when it's all together and it's on a internet station that people can access.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about that's kind of a more, you're going to integrate kind of. Tell me about it, because we just have a couple minutes left. I just want you to give me a brief synopsis of it so everybody knows.
I mean, it's basically politics meets hip hop.
Okay.
And not to bring it back to my day, but it's just more conscious, asking questions, political questions about society, about even art and music in general, and then combining hip hop with it, because you could do a political song. Actually, in my time, there was a lot of songs about politics, and they used music as a way to get their message out for a political reason. So it's like the two worlds, politics and hip hop, together.
And I think the message here of today, because we're just about to close, is music makes a difference.
It can.
Music
absolutely
makes a difference.
Yes.
It's important. Thank you so much for coming and talking with me about this.
I greatly appreciate this.
I appreciate you coming on. Music makes a difference. If you want somebody to hear your message, write a song about it. And you can make a difference too. Thank you so much for joining us. If you missed us, you can go on kpvm.tv and see Community Viewpoint or our YouTube channel. Thanks so much.
Community Viewpoint with Maria Hurst.